Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads, and as always, welcome back to our Around the Hearth discussions. This time, we are discussing porters, switchmen, and deadheads. So, those are all slang, railroad slang terms for different things, for different people, specifically. So, that's why we use them. We're going to be talking about character concepts this time. So, we hope you'll enjoy that with us. Before we dive fully into the discussion, though, we need to actually do our Dan's introductions and announcements. So this time, we're going to let Dan lead us off. Oh, mix it up.
Ooh.
And then Skrat and then me. So.
It is April absurdity, so we might as well be ridiculous.
Wow! It is ridiculous to let Dan lead it off.
Yeah, that's a silly... Hey everybody, Dan from Avenue Studios. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Join us Thursday nights for our mini campaigns, which should be starting pretty soon. Our next one, Eldamon Battle Zoo Bestiary. Of course, we have our collaborations with a Squirrel Plays called Scratterdays, where we try out indie systems, including his own nuts. It's always fun to play with Scrat's nuts. It's great. And also, we'll never get old. That joke will never get old.
It's his own fault.
And then upcoming... It is. I walked right into it. Last but not least, join us for Monster May. The whole month there for our channel will be themed around some monster one-shots, as well as, of course, our Eldamon campaign, which is Pokemon Pocket Monsters for Pathfinder. So
it's Digimon.
We'll be doing that to raise money. Yes, we are doing a Digimon flavor. However, Kristen's doing like a Pokemon trader, so it's, you'll have to join us.
She's doing Atmon. We'll do it
spoilers. Yes, there we go. Perfect. So anyways, we'll be doing that to raise money to create a product called Love, Death, and Monsters. It's an adventure module murder monster mystery. That's really fun. Yeah. That's it. I forgot who goes next, but Tag, you're it.
It's me, right?
Yep.
That's me. I'm Skrat from Squirrel
It is
Plays.
now.
Skrat from Squirrel Plays over on YouTube. Only YouTube, unless you count Discord. Making videos about TTRPGs, but I like to kind of approach it from a narrative storytelling point of view, or I guess you could say a writing point of view. I like to make up interesting monsters, worlds, locations, and stuff, but I do get off into the mechanics, but try to focus on narrative because that's what I like to do. I like to push the one single book that I wrote. Yeah, buy the book, write reviews, write good reviews, please. But also lots of TTRPG reviews of indie systems, lesser known, smaller systems. Talk about mechanics and stuff. Give honest opinions, even if I didn't like it. Like I get to dip into some crunchy games, but I still try to give it a fair review if the author is willing to run us a game. Otherwise, I'm not going to pick it up and learn it and then run it myself. So that's it. Actually, by just next week, so definitely by the time this video drops, I will have a video out on Tricube Tactics. So
Ooh.
that was an expansion optional rules thing for a very rules-light game. It was to make it optionally more crunchy, and it was more crunchy than I thought it was going to be, but it was a good time. So
Skrat admits having a good time in a crunchy system?
Well, people are going to say that's not a crunchy system. I said it was crunchier than I expected. So
That's fair.
choose my words carefully. Like at the very end of the Fathom review, there was something I said that was worded in a very particular way.
And if you want to check out that Fathom review, you know where to go.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And I guess that means I'm up. I am Adam L. Spain with the Inn of Planar Crossroads. You can find us at innofplanarcrossroads.com or theiopc.com. Either one of those works. Finding us there will get you to the links for our YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Twitch, Twitter /X, Instagram, Facebook, Subscribestar, PayPal, Locals, Patreon is also available. All of those things. All of those things. And if you support at any level, at any time, even if it's just once, you get access to the Discord, which is where all the travelers congregate to be able to discuss things, as well as get access to the printable PDF pages that we'll be making with this. So hopefully you enjoyed those, and hopefully you think my doodles are all right and they aren't like hot garbage or anything. There you go. But that's what I've got as far as a actual discussion on anything that's going on for us right now, which means we're done with Dan's introductions and announcements. That means we are on to Levi's Shoutout, which is Ashanakon World Shapers. And this is a rather crunchy during, I was told it's crunchy during character creation, and then looser after that for more narrative storytelling in the moments in the actual game. So you can check it out. It's online, has its own kind of wiki thing going on. And you can see here that there are at 131 subscribers as of right now. So go check it out. Subscribe over there for free and everything. And you can, we'll try to get them up to 500. Should be possible. We've got 3 channels with over 1,000 subs each. So I'm sure there's some crossover, but not enough to keep them from getting to 5, right? Come on, guys.
Let's do it.
We believe.
All right. That means we're done with Dan's introductions and announcements. We're done with Levi's Shoutout. It's time to grab your preferred beverage and join us around the hearth as we discuss in Kane's conversations, the Councils of Kane, Councils of Kane, Porters, Switchmen, and Deadheads. Let's go.
Cool.
All right. And to explain what all that is, I wanted to put Deadheads in there because that's technically what the PCs are, since they're riding without their tickets punched. They haven't paid to get on the train. At least that was the conceit in our heads. Your characters may have done something different to get on this interdimensional train. But Porters, Switchmen, and Deadheads are all different names for different things. Let me see. Are we going to try and do NPCs, or are we going to go with more like things that they'll encounter?
I had an NPC in mind. That's what I came with. So
okay,
but I mean, obviously we can do either.
Let's do that because we've kind of done the Ticketmaster bit. I think that should be one of them. But so then Skrat can have the NPC.
Okie dokie. So we'll actually put the Ticketmaster down at the bottom to go with what he's supposed to do. And we'll put Dan's up top. We'll put Skrat's up top here.
Skrat's, yep.
Mine's pretty simple.
Oh.
Room 1408.
You can't blame the long episode on me.
Oh. So this is is this a resident of the car, of Looneyland car? Or of a different car?
Nope. He is on his own.
Oh. He's a deadhead too.
He doesn't have a car. Well, he does, but we didn't make one for it. I was thinking there was going to be more than just the 3 cars, not that I thought we were going to make them, but when I had this in mind, there was going to be multiple cars to get through.
For sure.
Yeah. Several. So these are just 3 we're providing to get you started. Are you ready for me to get into it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, pretty easy. He's kind of there would probably be more characters to introduce you to what is happening, like this train. Ideally, wherever the characters that the players are playing as come from, the train has passed through their world. Whenever the train shows up in a world, it doesn't always find what it wants on the first go around, so sometimes it'll back. So it has passed through your world once, and now you know that this thing exists. And this guy shows up from another world, and he explains it to you. If somebody else hasn't already, this thing eats worlds, yada yada, each car is a world. And then he tells you my world is one of the cars on there. He's already gone through mine, but this guy is a train robber and an outlaw. He's a gunslinger, so he's going to teach you and help you board the train, like ambush it and get on it. He's the one that helps you do all that. And
That's fun.
Kind of what I had in mind was the very first car you would get on would be like the one all the way on the back. That's the one he's like, oh no, when you ambush the train, you got to land on the back car and start from there and blah, 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 because that's his car. And he wants you to fix his world. So he's tricking you. But that's how you get introduced to how everything works. And he's Jesse James. The real world got devoured. So.
Oh. That's fun.
But yeah, he's your little tutorial kind of thing. He's like, here's what's happening. And there's like, I would like for there to be some kind of fun little adventure, and we don't have to get into it, but getting onto the train instead of just starting you there. It's like, nope, you have to do the old West train ambush kind of thing. And it wouldn't have to be too involved, but it'd be fun if there was something there.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
So his is the...
Or actually, when you start, it could be kind of similar to how we started our Ishanakan World Shapers game today. We were in that central hub kind of place.
Yep.
With everybody.
Right.
You could start this session out like that, where all these people from destroyed worlds are gathering around, and that's how you figure out what's going on. And he just overhears that. And then he's like, well, I can tell you how to get on the train. And, he starts putting it together. So he doesn't have to be the one that explains everything to you. But that's really neither here nor there.
It's fun to have a GM insert, basically. Yeah. This is what you're gonna do. I like that. I like that he has an ulterior motive and everything, though. That's really great.
And it wouldn't really hurt the players. It's like, no, this is, you get on the train.
Right.
It shows you how the cars work. It's your little tutorial of how this is all going to function. May or may not get something out of the car. It probably wouldn't be a very hard one. It's just, he would be kind of a letdown, and it'd be kind of a twist, which is also getting the players warmed up to what's in store, because things are going to happen, like with the ticket master and stuff like that. It's like things are out to get you. You're in a bad place. So it's a tutorial in more ways than one. There's, in the writing world, what we call foreshadowing.
Boom.
Like when that first campaign I did, and the one player betrayed the whole party, sold them out. I was like, this is what we call a character arc.
All right. So it reads on here, Jesse James, the train robber.
Yeah.
So helps the group board the train. His world is the caboose, and starts the players there to get them to fix his world first. Brackets, this is a tutorial character to get the PCs on the train and used to the basic mechanics of the world eater.
Perfect.
We'll put a little bit more in there if I need to.
You guys go ahead. I'll add the little note about how he tricks them.
Okay. All right, so what's, let me see. Character number 2. Or the ticket master. Dan, if you've got ideas for either one of those.
Right. I got mostly in my head the ticket master, so we can do that for sure.
Okay.
I love the idea of just like a skeleton basically with the ticket master outfit on, so it like hangs off him. And I don't know, I guess I'll throw it to you guys too, is I'm almost thinking that it's someone whose world was eaten long ago, because I like this idea that the players have the option to take his mantle and like set him free.
Okay.
So I like that. But he is, like we said, bound to the law of punching tickets. No deadheads allowed. Maybe he could say that. That's something he says. Which would be funny coming from a skeleton.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's super powerful, but not overtly aggressive. Just persistent and demanding. Your ticket will be punched. And he speaking of foreshadowing, I think he just should foreshadow some of the abilities of the final boss, because he has some control over the train in ways, especially with the Penrose, the relativity car. He's literally shifting reality. So it would be a nice way to tease some of those abilities and stuff.
I was thinking about it earlier in the other chat. I kind of like the idea of the Ticketmaster being part of the train, like part of the bad guy, like almost like that's his mental thing working through there. And then there's the body of the train. And if you do end up replacing the Ticketmaster, that could make the end fight really weird and wonky. Because you are now in the monster's head or something. I don't know if that would work, but because it's also fun having him being the separate entity that wants off the train or whatever, somebody to take his duty and all that, but deal with the devil kind of thing.
Right.
But it's either way. But it could also be interesting that, like, no, that is the train, and there's another way he consumes what's on it.
Right.
Well, since we've already separated the Ticketmaster from the conductor, the Ticketmaster may be someone who's been captured, like that long ago captured individual, and it's actually the conductor or something like that that's the person that is there to be, what is it? Suppose he's the mental aspect of the physical train, like we're talking about. So the conductor's that mental aspect of the physical train, whereas the Ticketmaster is acting incongruity with the conductor as an extension of the train's will, but only because he's lost himself. He's just the figure in the Ticketmaster's outfit that accepts his fate.
And then you could still do what Skrat's saying, where you're having the physical and mental battle, because if someone does take on the Ticketmaster role, they're now connected. That will is forcing itself on them. It could be an interesting thing where it might, if the players did that, they could have an advantage because they're gaining access to the mental aspect of the train, but it comes at a cost of gaining access to the mental and will of the train. So it could be a really interesting additional thing on there. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it, but comment below what you would do. How would you handle it?
Yeah.
Because I do like that would work for the absurdity too, on a dark side of having to battle, having the mental battle going on and the physical at the same time. Potentially have, you've done something like this, Adam, right? With the kids, in every round of combat there's also the challenge event that comes in that's like slightly separate from the combat, or is
right.
With the D12s, you'd roll the D12 and determine where it popped up.
I've done the mixing the challenge rounds into the combat is very useful for, like in the relativity one. That's when reality shifts,
right?
Or that's when when the staircases move, or something like that, and where they move to can be determined, or something. It changes the environment to keep things moving and going, so so combat's not static anymore. And for boss fights, it's really good. That's what I use it for. Okay, so Ticketmaster, skeletal figure in a uniform whose world was eaten long ago. He it is that hunts down the Deadheads to punch their ticket, thus locking them to their seats.
Well, and Jesse James could warn about the Ticketmaster a little bit. Like, maybe not even, he doesn't even know what the Ticketmaster does, but he's like, you see this guy, watch out.
Don't mess with the Ticketmaster.
Yep.
And also, don't go into 1408.
Also, yes, he's the one that plants the seed.
Do not ever go into 1408.
You could totally do the cheesy thing of like when he's about to leave back to his world. They're like, wait, what happens in room 1408? Oh, it's crazy. And he's gone.
Yeah, it's just, and the thing is, maybe he even knows it's one giant cosmic troll. It's like the hazing of the next round of individuals that come on the train. And it just continues on.
I love that.
It would be even cooler. It would be even creepier, I should say, though. If once the monster train is done, the group goes back to their home worlds, and in the final cut, the cinematic cutaway, you go to a train graveyard. Maybe that's what it kind of ends out. There's this train graveyard where the final battle takes place, and it just slowly pans into a shot of a door, a cabin door that has them all numbered, and it's 1408, and it's a train graveyard, but the outside train lights flicker.
Nah. Yes.
All right. That doesn't solve this, though. So we're going after fix it. Simply, okay. Skittle figure. It is said that one might replace him as the Ticketmaster. Should they be qualified? Ooh, it would be really cool if you wove this into, if this was a campaign, if you wove it into the backstory that the reason that the Ticketmaster is what qualifies someone to be a Ticketmaster is that the train has never actually devoured their world. It's their world has just ended already. They have nowhere to go back to. So the Ticketmaster can't find his release until someone else who has nowhere to go back to is there. Or, some kind of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Use the backstories of these PCs. Make it, tell them it's a fun game, but give me some interesting things in your backstory. And then you yank and pull the threads.
Help me make it more painful for you.
So. Okay, so this is a...
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do for the other one? For number 2. It can be someone else who's jumping around, or it can be someone specific to one of the worlds. It can be another Deadhead, or it can be someone in Sold Short or Looney Land.
And we kind of have it with Jesse James, but I'd always think it might be fun to have a PC whose world has been eaten. Like probably the last world or something, so the PC doesn't really have much info, doesn't know what's going on. If we wanted to do a player character, what else we got?
So if you didn't have Jesse James, so another idea I had. a character from the Looney World, but it's like basically takes the Navi role from Ocarina of Time. It's there to help you out, point things out, and since they're cartoony, they would probably be able to survive a lot, so you wouldn't have to worry about them too much.
Right.
But we got Jesse James for the tutorial, so
Right.
intro kind of thing. We shouldn't need any help after that.
So
Well, we
Always
did. Oh, go
pick
ahead.
pick up an animal from an animal world car.
talking
animal.
dog world.
Anthropomorphic animal kind of friend companion, but a small one, so the players get attached to it, and then of course he gets his ticket punched.
Yes.
No, it's the squirrel in a business suit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, I'm totally for the squirrel in the business suit thing.
I do like it.
Oh, he can be from the other world. He could be like sold short. He lives in the tree there, but they recently got cut down because they're making a treehouse for the giant kid or something.
So he's human-sized in this giant world.
Oh no!
Yeah. In the giant world, he is, but
Right.
when he chooses to leave with the players, he goes to normal squirrel size, and he's like, "What? What?
This is bull."
Oh, that's a little too funny to not try and go with. So okay,
No, I love it.
What are we gonna name this squirrel?
Oh,
Chipper?
man. Chip does seem like somebody who works in an office.
What's the old calculator called? You slide stuff across.
Slide rule.
A what?
Slide rule.
No. The
You mean the abacus? Abacus?
yeah. Call him Abacus.
Abacus?
He works in economics with that kind of outfit.
Abacus Chip.
Abacus Finch.
Now you're getting fancy. Okay, I'm only one more. Okay. So Abacus Finch Chipperson the third.
Oh, there you go.
It's perfect.
There's a guy in another server that he likes to call me Scraticus Finch.
That's funny.
Instead of Atticus Finch, if the reference is lost on you.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Or
Oh,
you
I mean, yes. All of the above. Now I'm thinking about. Darn it. I'm seeing To Kill a Mockingbird and all squirrels.
the new telling.
The new telly.
That's how we get past the ban.
Yes.
Just a fun movie about squirrels. It's fine.
Helping each other.
Go full
out.
Watership down with it.
Yeah. Oh man. He has to be the fun because it's got to be like kind of it's the goofy character whose death ends up being the most traumatic thing that happens.
I'm telling you, that's my favorite writing storytelling thing is killing the comic relief. Like that is I won't say it's the most effective thing, but it is my favorite thing. Like that is always what gets me the most. When you just have the show, and it's so good when like a show, movie, whatever. Like the first half of it is it's pretty much a comedy, and then the comic relief main dies, and it just flips to something super sad and serious.
Yes.
Yep.
I won't say that they do it well, but Dungeons and Dragons 2000, the best scene is when the comic relief character dies, and you're like legit sad about it, dude. Oh, you got.
You haven't seen the 2000s D&D movie?
I don't want to.
So
yeah, you do.
You do.
Oh, you do.
It's legit worth a watch. It's a legit worth a watch because it's just so funny. It does. The thing is,
the 2021 or whatever sure wasn't.
No. No. But that one is funny because the dwarf acts like a dwarf, man. And he doesn't like the elves, and he says they're all scrawny, and so there's
whoever the actor is for that did such a good job.
He is having some best character in the movie.
Yes.
So
it's campy, man. It's cheesy, and it's so good.
And the dwarf actor is just playing it up, man. He is having fun being the dwarf. They were stabbing me with their spears. I told myself, what I got to lose? So I grabbed it and I bit it and I started chewing. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Dwarf fighter, classic.
It's good. It's good.
I gotta find. I'll have to send it to you after this. There's a clip from some old video game. I don't know if it's actually in the game or somebody went over it. It's this dwarf just ripping an elf a new one. Something about gargling brass balls in there somewhere. It's great.
Good. They need some. One of my very small complaints for Lord of the Rings is that Legolas beats Gimli in a drinking contest.
Oh, that doesn't know me.
Non-canonical.
Would not happen. Elves are routinely shown drunk in The Hobbit, whereas dwarves are never shown drunk.
Right, they're like the only race shown drunk in the entire thing. So drunk that they pass out.
Well, I mean, to be
drunk.
fair, there were hobbits that were drunk.
Yeah, that's true. Hobbits are just normal people at the end.
Yeah. That's the headcanon scene. We're just all hobbits.
Yes.
The race of men failed.
Yep, we're just
funny that was. I have to send it to you.
Yeah, you guys send it, man.
It's just like 30 seconds long. It's great. But anyway, there's this. Have you watched Gurren Lagann? It's anime show. You have?
I've heard of it.
Oh, it's one that.
How do you spell it?
Gurran, I think. That should get the rest of it.
Gurran
Lagann, got it. Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I watched it a long while ago. It's one of those animes that knows what it is and really leans into that. So it's just straight stupid comedy. And then it does that thing about 50-70% of the way through where, it gets serious because somebody goes bye-bye. And then it's just completely, and it's still, they were serious, but they were still leaning into the fact, yes, this is stupid anime. We know. It was good. I enjoyed it. I need to watch it again.
I'll have to see if it's on Crunchyroll.
How does Crunchyroll even work anymore? Like, there used to be that VRO or whatever site you could watch with an ad blocker and everything was free, and now there's not.
I don't.
There's
ways.
You need a subscription. There are ways.
There's ways.
I'm lazy. I have a subscription to Crunchyroll because I couldn't take the ads anymore. They won. They won.
Anyway. All right.
I'll
so
figure it out.
We got Jesse in there.
Adam and you will talk later.
So Jesse is in there. The Ticketmaster's in there.
Yep.
And then Abacus Finch Chipperson III, is an anthropomorphic squirrel that was recently living in car 0003 until his tree was destroyed in a home renovation. Why does it say reservation? Renovation.
That's funny, though.
I'll fix that in a second. In that world, he is the same size as the characters and might have a hunch on how to get to the next car. When he leaves with the characters, he shrinks down to normal squirrel size along with his suit. He is very annoyed about that.
Now he's an angry squirrel.
I love it. See where it goes, see where the players go with it. But the one thing we do have to say is his ticket needs to get punched at some point. Like, it has to happen.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't have to.
But
But
either his ticket gets punched, but see, if you... Here's the thing, when you solve that car, those people go with it.
But
Like
I don't
Jesse
know that...
James, or do they? I guess, I don't know, that
Well-
could be how you figure it out. When he comes out with you, dissolving away, he's like, oh, bye.
in fairness, it's April absurdity. Maybe that could be the whole thing. You don't have to answer it. Why did he stay? Why is he shrunk down to normal size? Was he never supposed to be in the giant world before?
The squirrel was a deity all along. There to aid the players.
I kind of like leaving it up in the air and letting it be a question mark and see what develops through the role play with the players and stuff. But that's me. I like to, I don't know.
That'd be great. At the end of the session, players are like, wait, why was the squirrel there? And the GM's just like, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, I imagine that since he's big with them right there, that he's from that world, so anthropomorphic squirrels are from that. But I'm not sure if we do what we thought about with the demonstration of how powerful the Ticketmaster is in that world, and him being able to dominate even the largest thing they've ever come across with ease, to demonstrate you don't just upfront face him, that he's a force that you have to deal with or outsmart or make a deal with, then that world doesn't get solved.
That's true.
Mm.
You just escaped that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't have there was something in the toy, and that's just how you get out. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a dud car.
So, and that kind of allows you as the GM to control and say, well, it's not going to be endlessly easy. I mean, you're not just going to beat every car all the way up there. It's not, hey, they're literally on a train. It's okay to be a little railroady.
Yeah. I'm still too low.
All right. I think this works.
Yeah.
You've got some stuff in
like
there.
that.
I like Abacus Finch myself. Mr. Chipperson. Well, he's probably Master Chipperson if he doesn't have the squirrel and ladies, the lady and little squirrels at home. So he's got to get that fourth
make it dark.
Chipperson started. Unless
Right.
his ticket's punched. Oh, he talks about starting his own family. Like he's got the money now, but his house got destroyed, so now he's just looking for a new place. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden, I'm ready now for family. I'm going to start my little Chipperson family. All right.
Ticket punched. I love it, dude.
Yeah, punch his ticket if needed to hit home with the emotional damage. It's on the sheet, GM. Well, it's on the sheet right now. Might word it different, but... Okie dokie. That's what we've got, I guess, for these. We'll get these all situated, this stuff situated. And next time is Freight. But before we go into our outro, we need to do Skrat's final question.
Oh man, I gotta pick one.
He's been cheating so far. He's been saying the ones that he already had answers for.
How much time we got? How much are we over on this one?
We're technically at 45 on the recording, but we had a little bit of a preamble, so we're almost to 40.
All right. What's a TTRPG rule that, if interpreted in the most literal and ridiculously way possible, would lead to the most absurd, hilarious / chaotic situation? I don't have an answer for this one.
I know there's some crazy wicked spells, but we do always bring it up, so I feel like I should bring it up again. It's prestidigitation.
That's a solid answer.
It's world breaking. It's a cantrip and you can clean for free and like, yeah. I don't know. So that's more on a narrative side. If you actually applied prestidigitation to a world, it would be world breaking.
I've been meaning to make a video on that. Another one.
I always take it, man. I take anytime I play 5th edition, I take it and I use the crap out of it. Any opportunity I get.
Prestidigitation. Oh, it's so dirty. Prestidigitation.
Outside of combat, inside of combat, there's so many things. One time it says you can make it dirty again, so I made the monster's face covered in mud so it couldn't see. Like, depends on how flexible your GM is, but theoretically, if you take it as it is,
well, that's true.
It's really utilitarian.
I'd agree on the narrative side that's probably the one that would start to break things most, since it is a cantrip. On the mechanical side, Wish breaks everything.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter how literally you read it. Wish breaks everything. The whole point of Wish is to break reality. Is to break even the reality of that particular setting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is that in Pathfinder and D&D? I know it's in 5th edition.
Technically. Yep.
Okay.
Well, if we're just dunking on 5e spell, I'll pick either Goodberry or Teleport. I got a video on both of those. They will just completely destroy your world.
Wreck your world.
Imagine just flipping the whole world upside down with berries.
Yeah. All right. So is that y'all's answers?
I guess so. I mean, I don't think we took a rule the most literal and ridiculous way possible, but we poked some 5e spells, so I'm good.
You're good. See, it's because I'm flexible, so I don't really pay attention to the hardcore mechanics.
I don't read the rules. That's Jacob's job.
Exactly. I try to find the loopholes.
Honestly, probably some of the stat ratings, if you took those as they were flavored, because in 5e 10 you're normal.
You're normal.
So
yep.
A 20 is like you're superhuman. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
To just imagine what you could do with some 20 stats.
Right.
Yeah. Well, strength is interesting because you can actually measure how smart you are with an intelligence score in D&D and Pathfinder, and how strong you are. Constitution is kind of iffy. Dexterity is kind of iffy. You know, those more subjective, interpretive things like charisma or wisdom. But intelligence can be measured with IQ tests, and, well, to a certain extent. And then at least the intelligence that they're talking about. And then strength can with lifting. So you actually can figure out what your real world strength and strength and intelligence scores are, if you bother to do it.
Right.
I ain't bothered with no intelligence tests, so I don't care.
Yes,
I already know I got higher wisdom than intelligence. I'm just saying.
Yes. Well, it's kind of funny too, because it makes them in that regard, PCs are these snobs because they see a +0 intelligence like, oh, you're such an idiot. No, that's like average person.
I'm not dumb. I'm just average.
I'm not weak. I'm average strength. Like, I can do life.
Yep.
It's just kind of funny when I think about that.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
So
that's fun.
Answers given. That means we're to our outro. We hope you have enjoyed this April absurdity discussion over characters. And if you like the things we've discussed and you want them in a easily printable sheet instead of having to copy it down all yourself, all you have to do is support once.
Comment of the day.
Comment of the day. All right.
I don't have one. I'm just
saying. I don't have one. That's the comment.
Oh.
Chipper forever.
Yeah. Wait. What's a female? Okay. I have one, but I've got to look up the word. What is a female squirrel called?
Ooh. I didn't even know there was a term for that. It's a kraken, right?
Let me go down to S. Squirrel. A doe and some kits.
Okay, I had no idea.
Because that's the role in the Discord server when you first join.
Right.
You get the kit role, yeah.
So that's
a doe.
I thought it was a doe.
That's the comment.
Oh,
A doe and some kits. So
love it.
Foreshadowing. So, all right, that is our comment. Remember to check out Ishanikon World Shapers on YouTube. It's 131 is the subscribers right now. We're trying to get them up to 5, so go ahead and check over there. Check out A Squirrel Plays and all of his videos too. Check out Avenue Studios and their avenuestudios.media to get all their links to like YouTube, Rumble, Patreon, and Locals are on there right now. And then for the shows, you can check out their AVS minis on YouTube, Spotify, Red Circle, all those things you listen at. And you can check out endofplanarcrossroads.com or theiopc.com. Either one of those should work to get all of our links of YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Twitch, X, Instagram, Facebook, Subscribestar, PayPal, Locals, and Patreon is also available if you want to support. And like I said, get access to these easily printable PDFs. As always, have a great day. God bless and enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.
Okay. I'm looking forward to see who kills the squirrel. So now you actually have a name for your squirrel there, though. You know, there you go.
Chip.
Yep, it's Chip. It's Abacus Finch Chip Chipperson III, and all he wants, he's done saved up. All he wants is a nice little hole in the wall with his dough and some kits. Dough and a whole bunch of kits.
Whole bunch of kids.
Yeah, you're all ready for a vulgar, swearing dwarf doing at an elf.
All right, let me stop the recording.
Oh, no, I'm gonna post. Oh, I guess it records your desktop audio.
Yeah.